In this series, I'll help you build the best team comp surrounding your favorite character, with just the units you own. That's right, I'll be going through every character in the game, so regardless if you want to build around powerhouse damage dealers like Diluc and Kaching, or if you want to build around less popular DPS units, this is the series for you. After each video, you'll be able to immediately build the team comp that will allow your favorite character to shine, and understand more in depth in the logic and reasoning behind how teams are built. With that said, make sure you're subscribed and have notifications on so that you can follow along. You can also support the series by liking the video and commenting on what character you want to see next. Let's get started. Today we'll be focusing on the newly released character Klee. The first thing we want to know is Klee's abilities and element. Klee is a pyro type and her entire damage profile is AoE. Her unique stat that she gets from Ascension is pyro % damage, meaning proccing elemental reactions will be a great deal of her damage. We have to take both her element and her kit into heavy consideration when we build a comp around her. Our goal is to find a team that can set her up for success and amplify her damage as much as possible. So, before we even begin picking certain characters to fill into our composition, we need to look at what elemental reactions we want to consistently trigger. I've put up a graphic which shows every elemental reaction in the game, and you should spend some time to figure out what each elemental reaction does. With Pyro, we have access to the best reactions in the game. Amplify reactions, which scale the hardest towards late game because it has a multiplier which scales off your attack percentage, and Overload, which has the highest single target damage output within all Electro reactions. Swirl is probably the most important because we want to group our enemies and take full advantage of all the AoE in Klee's kit. So if we're just looking at elemental reactions in a vacuum, the priority is Anemo, then Cryo/Hydro, then Electro. In addition to elemental reactions, we need to take a quick look at elemental resonance, that is, having redundant elements in a single party. For Klee, the only resonance that fits her playstyle is Pyro, which gives you a 25% flat attack increase. Even then, I don't think it's that strong with her, and I wouldn't go out of my way to slot in a throwaway Pyro unit just for the buff alone. The other elemental resonances don't matter. Now let's get down to team building. Like I mentioned at the start, I want to give you guys a variety of different options so that you can build the best team with the pieces you have. I will start with my most ideal comp, and then slowly work towards a free-to-play version. Note that in my free-to-play version, I assume you have Xiangling and Barbara, since these can be acquired just by playing the game. Comp 1 is Klee, Mona, Fischl, and Sucrose. This is my best in slot comp for Klee. Mona allows you to proc Vaporize easily since her abilities apply AoE Hydrostasis and also provides group and large crowd control. She has the perfect kit to layer all of Klee's damage on. She also builds very well into energy recharge since her damage scales off that, which allows her to get a lot of bursts during a fight. She was made for this comp. I wouldn't suggest running any other Hydro users, so if you don't have Mona, try out one of the other comps. Fischl is the best generic support in the game and will consistently proc Overload. Sucrose is my choice for an Anemo user, since her abilities actually pull Klee's mines when it sucks in enemies. I don't know why, but Venti's burst doesn't do that at the moment, and hopefully that gets fixed next patch. If you don't have Sucrose, really any Anemo user is fine here. I've listed them in terms from best to worst. The full combo for this comp is a Mona E into Klee E, followed by a Sucrose burst, Mona burst, Klee burst, and then finishing up that combo with a Klee E, Fischl E, and then Sucrose E. Comp 2 features Klee, Chi-Chi, Fischl or Lisa, and any Anemo user. Without Mona, Chi-Chi can become your consistent amplifying reaction procer. she also provides great healing, which is relevant as you venture further into the abyss. Chongyun or Kaya is not a direct replacement for Chi-Chi, which is why I don't have them listed in this comp. I'll have them further down. For the full combo of this comp, you start with Klee E, followed by Sucrose Burst, then Chi-Chi Burst, then Klee Burst, and then finishing up with Klee E, Fischl E, and Sucrose E. The third comp features Klee, Bennett, or Xiangling, Fischl or Lisa, and any Anemo user. We're slotting in one more Pyro user for the resonance here. In general, I like Constellation Zero Bennett a lot more than C0 Xiangling since he provides one of the best healing bursts in the game. The buff he provides is also very relevant. Build him full energy recharge with good base HP and attack stats, and watch your Klee shred with every basic attack. If you have Xiangling C6, I would prefer her over a Bennett C0, but if you have a Bennett C1, use your Bennett C1. The full combo of this comp involves Bennett Burst, followed by Fischl E, Klee E, Sucrose Burst, Klee Burst, and then finishing up with Klee E and Sucrose E. The fourth comp features Klee, Xiangling, Chongyun or Kaya, and any Anemo user, but I really like Venti in this slot. With this comp, you're looking to stack Xiangling as your DPS support. She plays really well with Chongyun's Ice Field, being able to proc Melt very consistently with Guba. Most of the time, however, you're only switching onto Chongyun to access his skill as a quick AoE Melt proc and his burst to layer it with your full combo. For the full combo, you're looking at Klee E, Venti Burst, Chongyun Burst, Chongyun E, then Klee Burst, Klee E, and then finishing up with Venti E. The last comp is a free-to-play comp that features Klee, Amber, Lisa, and Traveler with the Anemo Blessing. I really like this comp even though it's free-to-play because it provides you with a really cool wombo combo. To break this down, you would place the Baron Buddy, throw all your Klee bombs, and then layer your Lisa Burst and Amber Burst together, and what you get is a giant AoE to melt every mob in your way. For the full combo, you're looking at starting with Amber E, followed by Klee E, then going into Lisa Burst, Amber Burst, Klee Burst, and then finishing up with Klee E and then Traveler E. Those are all the comps that I think would fit Klee the best. Hopefully one of this comp is already accessible to you, and hopefully you find that playstyle really fun. So for the characters I didn't mention, I've made a big list with explanations. I don't want to bore you guys with the details, so I'm going to put it up here. If you want to read it, pause the video and read through it if you have any questions on why a certain character didn't make the comp. Thank you for checking out episode 1 of my team build series. I'd really like to hear from you guys as to what your favorite team is so far. Comment down below with your current party setup. I'd love to check all of them out. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to my channel. Your support goes a long way in helping me put out quality Genshin Impact content every week. Also, check out some of my other Genshin Impact content if you haven't already. Thanks for watching. Till next time.